And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire and Fontus, some aliens, Mayhem. It's around 226. We have 9 decisions. A couple random accidents, and a health emergency. Advanced age, one of the advisors just retired, okay. They're gonna say no to that. It's a shame that we're losing democracy on that, but we are. And we're saying no because we have most of the world recon at this point, so it's gonna be an absolute pain trying to recon more.
I'm on it.
Roger that.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. There's not at war yet. Well, they just reduced us below 30, so war is coming. It's not going to be much longer, and we will be out of state of war. Automated logistics is 2 turns out. Atomic missiles even farther than that. Heavy rockets and conventional small arms as well. Okay. Construction, everything proceeded at speed, except for the deep core that got delayed due to production malice, I assume. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're still running a petrol shortage. Which if we did end up in a war would be a little annoying. How expensive fuel is. Fuel, metal, rare earth metals, radioactives, machines, and high-tech parts are all incredibly expensive for what they are. So could definitely do with more petrol. That would be the concern if we went on the offensive right now, is we don't necessarily have the petrol to attack. Although I could just refuse, and that would probably be fine. Don't need to attack right now, even if they declare on us. Or just attack with the infantry, one of the two. Of course, I could still go with the same bribery trick that we've been doing to delay the war if I wanted to delay the war. I don't see the need right now. I would like to test to see how good the infantry are at holding the line. At some point, we need to fight them and drive them back. Otherwise, we're never going to win. Okay, so I think we can just cycle the turn. 3 turns out, we should start seeing the results from that truck station. They're not acting like they declared on us, so they probably haven't. Nope, we got the squids being squids. Might deploy a batch of light infantry just to shore up the coastline guard. Round 227, we have 3 decisions. This is Heart. We'll ignore the action here. 6 stress is not too bad. You want a specific city to be conquered. 2415. That's not you. That's you. How many turns out is that? 11 turns. They could declare war on us at any point, and that would probably be the early objective. You know, we'll accept.
Order received.
I'm probably going to fail it, but we'll accept. And then we're not going to pay the
Sir,
blackmail.
yes, sir.
Because we're kind of vaguely ready for the war. And yeah, automated logistics should finish next turn. Petrol's still downtrending, which is annoying, although not necessarily a big concern. Okay, so the road's actually protected here, so we're not too concerned. And then any of the delays in construction? No. Construction should be done next turn. Deep core gas should be done in 2. Demobilization facility will continue. Okay. And we have enough of a power stockpile that we're not too worried about that right away. Okay, let's just cycle the turn. Oh, actually, I will check personnel, opinions. Yeah, everyone's about 50 plus, so cycle the turn. Now Becker's turn. They could declare on us. They may not declare on us, but they could. And even if they do declare, they might not necessarily invade. From a strength perspective, at least from our reconnaissance reports, we do supposedly outnumber them in most places in the line. Round 228, we got 9 decisions. Abductions, abductions, deadly alien pathogen. Completed automated logistics. Discovered ammo printer. Cool. You want total power over a state? No.
Roger that.
People have rights, apparently. We'll just ignore
Understood.
their actions.
Affirmative.
Industry, hydroponics, or mining. All in their own ways, good choices. Urbanization's also tempting, although... Yeah, urbanization's also tempting. I'm gonna go mining here.
Understood.
Good little democracy,
Roger
good little
that.
democracy. Chase off the
Roger.
slavers. Chase off the slavers.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
Well, still trending down, which is a little concerning. Truck station's done. Deep core gas extractor will be done next turn. Soil demineralization. It's proceeding at speed. Thinking of saving up enough colonists that we can get you up to level 3. Then I'll also expand oil well, oil well, oil well. We got, not this turn. Next turn we should probably... Actually, no, it's the turn... Yeah, not this turn, not next turn. The next turn, we should do the peripheral mining for the oil well. It's coming up due. Yeah, so there's another workaround to solve oil issues, is we do have... There is oil on this map. Like a lot of oil on this map. That's a bit awkward depending on how small that zone is. Not that one. Find different oil. Jar bridge. Yeah, I could definitely use that one. That one wouldn't be too bad. Level 2 city as well. Okay, start building that oil well out.
Affirmative.
And that means you want like 1,000 more workers, which we can happily oblige.
Affirmative.
And we're still not at that state of war. They have not pulled the trigger. And until we're happy with the state of the petrol, I'm not encouraged to pull in on my end.
Roger that. Roger that. Roger that. Roger that. Roger that.
At some point I need to spend these crap points. If I remember, I'll do that between streams. I'll just tell you I did it. It can be a bit loud. Mash casualty event. 9 fate points. Not valuable enough. Radiation leak is not that bad. Paranoia is not that bad. You're a liar, not that bad. We don't need the fate points right now. Honestly, I'm getting plenty of bad choices on how to generate fate points, but not enough on how to spend them. Okay, let's cycle the turn. Construction-wise, 3 turns out, we should know how the oil is looking. Either we'll be at war by then, or we'll have positive oil and be happy. Interesting they've abandoned that area. They're not attacking. Although they may have actually declared. And it might just be they suddenly realized, oh wait, that's a lot of guys on the border. Not sure which has just occurred. But this is unusual deployment. I think they may have declared on us and have recognized that they're well overstretched. Round 229, we have 6 decisions. Ancient weapons. They have declared on us, yeah. So they recognize they were really overstretched and have gone running for the hills. Although as part of their war, they have landed us. Okay. I think it's... We got the 8th and we got the 7th here. Let's start strategically redeploying the 7th up to respond to their landing there. And I guess the 8th... We still have more shipping capacity? We do. Oh, at that point we're saturating. We're not going to be able to ship the rest of the 8th all the way up there. Although we can get them pretty close. Oh, I forgot one member of the 7th. Whoops. Democracy. We are pro-democracy.
Roger that. Roger that.
Roger. Sir, yes, sir.
Affirmative.
Okay, we're still turning down on metal, which we were expecting. Deep core gas extractor is complete. Oil drill facility should finish next turn, and the demilitarization is 2 out. Obviously, we're not ready to attack here. Although, they haven't got many forces across. They've just landed. So we can potentially crush that beachhead real quick. Over in this front, they are apparently pulling back en masse. So we will begin the proverbial chase.
All clear, sir.
I feel like someone forgot to update their maritime trading routes. Well, we've encircled the port. And apparently, if we're not moving our tanks, we're actually petrol positive. Sold the port. Yeah, never mind. We're getting mauled.
Requesting backup.
Okay, so they definitely have adequate supply on the port. Okay, I don't have quite the maneuverability to get around and encircle them. But we've definitely compromised a bunch of their positions here. Yeah, we'll see if they keep routing effectively. This may, in fact, be an easier war than I was expecting. Although, if that's the case, then that's just... okay. That's good. It's not a concern. I suppose... now that we're at war, we should start moving towards re-engaging the peace
Sir,
process.
yes, sir.
Okay, so we could, at any point now, negotiate their peaceful surrender, or the ceasefire, however you want to describe that. We're not needing to do that. Well, we can't do that this turn. We'll see if we're thinking about it next turn. That's going well. We're still winning. I suppose our logistics should be doing a lot better because of the... and in fact, looks like it's doing a lot better because of the automated logistics. So that is great. It worked the way I think it did. No. No, it didn't. Still very interesting. So what I was expecting it to do was to double the port points. It didn't. It just straight leveled the logistics across the routes, did it? Is that what it did? I'm thinking that's what it did. I think it just doubled the shipping. Or maybe we did double the port points. Although no, we had 50% before, so that's not it. It still feels like we're shipping more. Whether or not we are or not, it may be a different question. And then we very happily moved a bunch of guys up there, which is quite a phenomenal feat. By the way, automated logistics has been kicked in, so it did something. Increase logistical points produced with logistical assets. So I don't know how that actually interacts with the maritime trading routes, although it should double all the truck and the rail. Which I suppose makes improving that truck station a little less necessary than it was before, but that's fine. Okay, we're going to cycle the turn. We're going to see if these guys keep running away or if there's any counterattacks going our way. Oh, before I forget. Placements. 6 of you. 1 of you. 1 of you. 1 of you. Again, for your desperate attack into the city, that wasn't too terrible. The next time we'll be a little more prepared. The tanks will be coming in full action points. The infantry will be coming in full action points. We'll be attacking from multiple vectors instead of the tanks coming in one, the infantry coming in another. I still imagine, based on this current deployment, that they're probably going to feel like they're still threatened from being encircled, so they will probably attempt to withdraw. The exception is maybe that port on the left, where they may attempt to break in, although they don't got forces in the area to do an attempted break-in. Claim the hex. Don't think they necessarily run off much in that direction. It apparently didn't go very far either. Yeah, the obvious attack vector is going to be breaking into the port. We've got their supply line, they'll give up. There is a counterattack. Thinking we held. Another round of attacks. They're attacking again. They attacking again. That one was victorious. Okay. Ooh, okay. So they're threatening to encircle us in exchange here. have to try to pull back and not lose our back line. That was a bloody turn. 2,000 infantry 2,000 infantry killed, 10 motorized, 180 tanks at the cost of 1,400 of our own infantry, 20 motorized, 40 tanks. We have 7 decisions awaiting us on round 230. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Make it extra fancy. Incident with Firestorm. I think that's a city. First decision,
Yes, sir.
discipline the leader.
Yes, sir.
Firm. Zone decision.
Affirmative.
Do we kind of mitigate the
Order
bad
acknowledged.
events?
Aye, aye, sir. Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Okay, let's try to take the port here. Medium tanks in, infantry in. Still not a particularly great exchange ratio here. Ah, medium tanks have already driven back.
Requesting
Yeah, that
backup.
attack's stalled out. Okay, got an artillery in their retreat. Okay, not sure why stuff isn't shipping. Got some units that complaining about not receiving goods here at the front. Well, they should have been in supply. Because they're obviously going to receive food from the zone. I have the zone set to send food first from the local supply, so that obviously wasn't the concern because it couldn't be the concern. Okay, let's pound on that tank because it's exposed.
Going in. Mission successful.
Okay, we're capable in pushing it back. Yeah, the combat losses actually on our end weren't that particularly worrisome. I'm actually more worried about the logistical capacity to replace the combat losses at the front than the amount we took, given the exchange ratio, especially on the number of tanks we destroyed. A little disappointed in my tanks. Yeah, a little disappointed in my tanks. Armor RPG... We didn't lose any machine guns, did we? Okay. It's good. There, bullets are flying. Yeah, we went through lots of bullets. That wasn't even particularly heavy fighting. We got you arriving. You arriving. And I think that's all the infantry has arrived. We get an HQ there. Oh, they brought in enough to properly garrison the port. That's going to be a bit of a pain.
Attack!
Let's see if we can drive the HQ back. No. Yes.
Good job.
Yes, sir.
That got rid of all our infantry 4s. No. There are 2,000 on the 9th Brigade still left. First MG Infantry Brigade still has some of the 3s around. Oil drilling facility should be done. Soil demilitarization facility should be done next turn if I didn't use up too much metal. I think we'll go ahead and cycle a turn from this position. Again, we could try to negotiate peace. But the moment... The concerns are either we lose either reports over here, they take the city here, or they get a pretty severe breakout over here that starts causing problems. None of those are apparently materializing right away. I'm a little bit concerned about over here because we don't... These are just light infantry. They're just rifles. So those tanks could be pretty harmful. They're not going to be particularly useful in this weather because it is marsh. Although it does freeze fairly far south here. I don't know if it freezes this far south. So I think our infantry will be able to hold against this as long as the ground isn't frozen. That may change. That would be the concern, is that it changes and then they deliver us a bloody nose.
Roger that. 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 Roger that.
Okay, that makes them a lot happier. All are above 50 now. Petrol, in theory, is going up, even with the tanks apparently on them. Well, the tanks moved a little bit last turn, but now they're basically stationary, sitting next to the town. How much armor? We got 25% field testing. I suppose if we would beat our head a couple more times like that, we'd get like 50% field testing. It'd be a good place to upgrade them again. Or it'd be a good place to upgrade them at that point. Yeah, let's get a little more field testing on the tanks before we upgrade them. Okay, this is Becker's turn. Let's see if they attack or withdraw. They have definitely concentrated their force. They attack, we hold. They attack, we don't hold. Attack and don't hold again. Although losses are being inflicted. We killed 1,500 infantry and 60 tanks for the cost of 1,400 infantry. Again, the the kill-to-loss ratio is definitely in our favor. We have 7 decisions awaiting us.
Roger that.
I'm on it.
Acknowledged. Confirming
Copy
orders.
that.
I'm on it. Order acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Petrol's down a bit. Bullets are being shipped pretty quickly. Again, we're not concerned because we have a massive stockpile. And yeah. Prepare replacements. I could start developing some battle dress versions of infantry, RPGs, and machine guns. That would definitely help with the bulk casualty exchange ratio. Let's do a road that bypasses the port for the moment. That way we can still continue to run our troops past the enemy. And no immediate signs to bottlenecking on the main routes coming over, so that's good. We just have everyone assault. What's the odds here for taking the port? It's probably pretty terrible. Is that one making it look terrible? Yeah, kind of. Let's take this assault.
Attack. Port.
No, not effective enough. Oh, that lost a lot of units. Losing more in my attacks than I'm losing in the defenses.
We're under fire. Requesting backup.
Yeah, that would be a tank. That would, in fact, be a tank.
We're taking fire. All clear, sir.
Gonna give our guys a turn to reinforce before we do another attack on the port here. Although we can tell they've set up an SHQ, so they've actually got a local command. So the supply situation should not be absolutely terrible. Let's attack this encircled guy with the professional troops and the professional... well, yeah, professional troops. I think we're gonna hit them hard enough and fast enough with just the professionals so that we can keep the militia around for tar pitting purposes and recon.
Good job.
So we've got a quest specifically to take that port. How we're going to do that right now with what's between us and the port is a good argument that I don't have an answer for right now. Yeah, otherwise our position is not too terrible. We're still pushing and applying pressure to them. This one's actually a little bit more concerning than the other one. Although they're attacking over here, right? They're pretty heavily attacking. The other one, they're more worried about the port position. Yeah. Construction, demilitarization was delayed. Was it due to shipping of required materials? Yes, only 78% of the construction costs were supplied, and it got hit with a production penalty. Doesn't mean we have a decent possibility of getting it done this turn. And then it'll be done. Put the colonists in here. Should be just about enough to get it over
Sir, yes, sir.
into the tier 3 size. And then we can start getting the oil upgraded. And yeah, we're still got enough opinion with them. We could propose peace. And we probably do want to propose peace before we need it, because there's a 50% chance it doesn't succeed. So if we think the war is starting to turn against us, we should start offering terms, let's say. I'm getting a little bit more concerned about breakout on that tiny little port area. We killed 1,800 infantry, 40 guns, 10 tanks, the cost of 1,200 infantry and 10 motorized. We have 7 citizens winning us. Now, it's interesting to note, we have no professional motorized over there, so that is the militia. I suspect the major elements getting torn to absolute shreds are the militia. And the professional troops are mostly probably withdrawing in good order. We've discovered laser rifles. We probably want to do that so we can discover laser guns behind them. Laser rifles these days are a little bit of a disappointment. They were a little... In earlier versions of the game, they were a little too powerful. And then buffs to the kinetics made the kinetics probably a little too strong. So at this point, I'm not very interested in picking up laser rifles for laser rifles. I'm interested in it for the guns behind it.
Understood. Aye, aye, sir. Roger that.
There's our zone upgrade.
Sir, yes, sir.
So we can start the process of upgrading these wells. Oh, and that one's empty. I missed my opportunity to hit the peripheral mining. Whoops. I'm only losing like 500 petrol for one turn.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, what are you complaining about not receiving? Fuel. Fair enough. They're just 700 fuel short. Yeah. I'm guessing they probably used it up in the attacking. So yeah, we should wait until these guys get refueled before we do the attacking, because you do get an attack malice for being short on fuel. Oh, so all the casualties were militia. We just lost militia. Okay. Well, that's really bad for them. We've got the same disadvantages of them attacking apply to me attacking them. Because I could be attacking the marsh. But yeah, that's starting to become concerning in the numbers department. Just plop you up there. Same thing with the bunker. Just plop the bunker up there. Still going through ammunition pretty quickly, but that's fine. It's not necessarily a concern. Squid's back out at sea over there, so that's good. Okay, that's not bad. We'll take that exchange.
Going in. Mission successful.
Same there.
Going in. We need more firepower.
Ooh. Wait. Both sides retreat? Okay. So he took the text because they still backed off. If we attack the professional troops here, can we give them the bloody nose? Yes.
Going in.
Nope, lost one of the commanders in the attack.
Mission successful. All clear, sir. All clear, sir.
Okay, so we're causing damage. We're pushing them back. And we're not necessarily taking severe losses for it. Okay. Did the construction finish? Yes, the demilitarization facility did complete. To deal with this problem over here, I'm going to try to raise another battalion of grenadiers and ship them up here. If we can get them up here, that'll give us something to actually fight the armor with. Plus the machine guns won't be a bad usage. So raise OHQ grenadiers there, and then one by one, as much as we can, ship them across. That was the militia. That was not the unit I wanted to ship. Excuse me. Put that back. That cost us 20 logistics points to ship it there and back, but that'll be fine. Ah, yes, I can feel that automated logistics. Just being like, yep, you got all the logistics you want. It's nice when you have all the logistics you want. Okay, so that's good. And yeah, that was the empty mine. We queued that up for replacement. Victory overview. We haven't really gained much victory score, but progress is being made. Let's go ahead and cycle the turn. We'll see the response from our enemies, and then we'll go ahead and put a part break in. And we'll be back to the fighting in the next one. Good to see the defenders standing firm. Granted, that's also the Xeno troops we have, so they're not replaceable. Well, I think that was a good turn for us. We killed 10 guns. We lost 300 infantry and 10 motorized. Some of that, I think, during the artillery bombardment, because I think that's what happened. I think we got shelled. So we'll be picking up next turn, or next time on round 233 with our 7 decisions in an ongoing war. So until next time, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next one, and bye for now.